Welcome to this training course on GDPR, delivered by Paul Gillingwater, November 2019, from the Chaucer Consulting Group. We have several topics to cover, so feel free to relax, sit back, and get ready to learn. Data protection comes from a long tradition of privacy as a human right. In Europe, the latest legal context is provided by the General Data Protection Regulation of 2016, along with other laws. Here in the UK, the Data Protection Act ensures that GDPR is incorporated in British law. Now we're going to look at the 6 core principles of GDPR's data protection. First, lawfulness, fairness, and transparency. Transparency means tell the data subject what data processing will be done with their personal data. Fairness means ensure that what you're processing matches up with how it has been described. Make sure that you're really describing the reality of what you're processing and why. And lawful means that processing has to meet the test described in Article 5. We'll be looking at the 6 different lawful bases for processing coming up. Secondly, purpose limitations. Personal data can only be obtained for specified, explicit, and legitimate purposes. Data can only be used for a specific processing purpose that the subject has been made aware of and no other purpose without further consent, which means once you've collected data, at the time you collect, you have to let the people know why you're processing that data, and if you change your mind, then you need additional consent or another lawful basis for further processing. The relevant supervisory authority may enforce restrictions on processing where data is used for purposes not agreed to or informed to the data subjects. Data minimization. Data collected on a data subject should be adequate, relevant, and limited to what is necessary in relation to the purposes for which they're processed. In other words, no more than the minimum amount of data should be kept for specific processing. As an example, if an age verification is being performed, once verified, the date of birth should simply be deleted. Accuracy. Data must be accurate and, where necessary, kept up to date. Baselining ensures good protection against identity theft. Data holders should build rectification processes into data management and archiving activities for subject data. Storage limitations. The regulator expects personal data is kept in a form which permits identification of data subjects for no longer than is strictly necessary. In summary, data that is no longer required should be removed as soon as possible. In some cases, data may be retained if it is fully anonymized. Pseudonymous data is still classified as personal data. Integrity and confidentiality. This principle requires processors to handle data in a manner ensuring appropriate security of the personal data, including protection against unlawful processing or accidental loss, destruction, or damage. Compare this with the CIA acronym: Confidentiality, Integrity, and Availability Principles of Information Security. Encryption is an important tool for protecting the security of personal data.